Hello everybody, Bill Batson here at Batson Enterprises. We're here today to continue our series on highlighting builders that have built rods for the Batson collection. Today we're going to highlight a few builders that are no longer with us. People have gone to heaven and they're elsewhere now. But their art and the rods that they built will live forever within the Batson collection. So the first one I want to talk about today is Brent Ikari from Sato Custom Rods. I met him quite a few years ago at the Fred Hall event. We were doing a collaboration on a project for the Wicked Tuna guys. We did a rod and Accurate partnered with us and we gave it to the Wicked Tuna guys. It was an awesome collaboration between our companies. He's a great builder, was a great guy. I spent time with him. He built me some rods from my collection and I will be highlighting those. Also, another gentleman, Wayne Fowlkes from the East Coast. A lot of people know him. He was around for a long time. He was a partner and a friend of the Batson family for many, many years. He passed away a couple of years ago. But like I said, their art and the rods that they build will live forever in the Batson collection. And I want to highlight those two builders today. So I'm going to go collect them. We're going to go into the film room and we're going to break them down. And then if you come in closely, you can see the artwork. The artwork is, this is what the guys do, right? So he's got a beautiful Jiarushi. You can see his custom logo, the Sato custom logo there. This is the Sato custom rod. And the Jiarushi, drawn out process. You want to know more about that process, you can go on YouTube and look at that process. Also, Captain G, I believe he's the one that started these. But it's a beautiful piece, and you can see he's got some marbling in there. He's got some Jim Trelecki's JTOBs in here with this beautiful blue thread. He's got some nice white inlays and some light blue inlays in there. As you can see, beautiful flat finish coats. So I'm really picky about my finish coats, and they're flat. And if you look at the guide, everything's measured, everything's perfect, flat finish coats. It's got the Alps blue ring guides to match the threads. It's got the light blue, and if you go down the rod, you can see everything is nice and smooth. Everything is uniformed. This particular one has a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 Alps XNs with the blue ring, plus a tip. 11 guides and a tip on an 8'10" rod. Custom rod, beautiful rod. This is the first one I'm highlighting from Sato. Like I said, he built all three of them for me at the same time. And this is, unfortunately, right around he was sick and he was battling for his life. Awesome guy. Anyways, that's the first one. So it's very sentimental value to my collection, the Sato rod. Right? And then the next one you can see, and that was an 810L. I had them do one of each for the series. When I just started coming out with them, I wanted to have them built and I wanted to demo them. And what was cool is the first time I took it out, I'd never got a bluefin. This was a while back. I went out in the middle of the night with a buddy of mine, him and I on a boat. We went 100 miles offshore out to the Tanner Bank area. And I got my first bluefin on a Sato rod that he built for me. So that was made it even more special. So anyways, same thing. I set the handle. It has the Alps reel seat. It has the EVA foregrip. It has the Batson shrink tube over the top. Like I said, I set all the handles and sent it to him. This one, as you can see, if you come in close, it has a fade. Classic, clean, custom fade. As you can see, it's got his Sato decal there. And this is the Rain Shadow RCLB 810ML. I love fades. I'm a big fan of fades. He did a beautiful black and silver fade in and out. Then he did the nice purple. And he incorporated it through the guides. As you can see, it's a beautiful fade. And then he incorporated it through the guides. And the purple and silver and the black. And this one actually is a custom guide. This is an Alps XN guide with a silver zirconium ring. Custom ordered. Obviously, I custom ordered a lot of stuff. And this one has the same. As you can see, it goes right down the rod. Beautiful 11 guides with the flange tip top. Black and silver guides. Beautiful, clean, awesome work. That was the second one that he built for me in my collection. And the third one, and every one of them, he had different technique or different style that he did. This is my spinning rod, Alps reel seat. I set the handle. This rod is fished. I've got a lot of different fish on this rod, from little GTs to amberjack to different thing, topwater lures. But same thing, a little longer foregrip for this one. It has this, and then he did my nice, he knows I'm a big fan of the GT, so he put a nice Omilu photo wrap. I'm sure Bill Havens probably helped him with it at the time. You can see the Omilu, which is like a baby Ulua, Jack Crevalle, kind of in the same family. But he did a nice marbling next to both the sides of it. As you can go down the rod, you can see the Sato decal, the clean blue, dark blue, black, silver theme. And this one is built as a spinning rod. So it's got the larger Alps guides, and these are the polished frame with the Z-ring, custom order for this particular build for me. And you can see right down the rod, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 guides on the spinning rod. You don't need as many for the static deflection of this rod, because it'll be fished as a spinning rod with guides down, less chance of line touching the blank. So that is my third Sato. And these are the three that he built for me personally. These are in my office next to my Jim Treleckis and my Doc Skis and my Mark Krauses and my Italos and all of the other ones. These are right up there. So I just want to let everybody know these were built for me from him. And then a couple years back, because of how popular the Batson collection is, somebody came to me and said that they had a Sato. So I said, let me buy it from me. Let me trade you something for it. And he said, no problem, Bill. It will be viewed and people will be able to enjoy it. So I got this fourth Sato in the collection. And this is a little spinning rod. This is not a Batson blank, one of the few in the collection that are not Batson blanks, but it is a Sato, and that's why I wanted it. So you can come up close and take a look at this one. Beautiful colors, some exceptional hardware. This is from another company. Some of this might be custom made, but anyways, you can see really hard on a small diameter blank, but he did his Jirushi on this. He's got a beautiful seat, double locking seat here, right? Beautiful wood inlays. And then he did some more Jirushis here. And he's got his Sato decal. This is what I wanted, obviously. But to do this on a small diameter blank is really tough. He did a couple beautiful fades. He's got some beautiful work here with some Jim Treleckis in the middle of the guide wrap, which is, you don't see that every day. Something a little different. And this is built as a spinning rod right out. And another beautiful piece that we cherish in the Batson collection. This particular one is up front in part of our other showcases that we have here at the facility. So that is my fourth one. Shout out to Brent. I know he's listening. He's happy right now. We're talking about him. Great guy. Can't say enough about him. All right. So that was Brent Ikari. Got a spot in my heart for him. Anyways, next, Wayne Fowlkes. All right, he's an East Coast guy. Wayne's kind of gruff. Been around a long time. I dealt with Wayne for 25 years in this industry. He was a buyer. He bought, if you had something on a deal, he'd buy it. Great rod builder. People on the East Coast know him. Big surf guy. He loved his red drum. Spent quite a few nights and days with him at different shows and events. Wayne Fowlkes, awesome builder. A lot of people know he was the Gouda Broad guy. His artwork was on the front of the Gouda Broad thread catalogs for a lot of years, and that was his claim to fame. But he was an awesome builder. He built, I have 4 rods from him. I'm going to highlight a couple of them. First one is a musky blank. This is old school musky blank that he built for me a long time ago. This was before Alps. This was before anything. This was back Fowlkes days. Musky blank. It's probably a made in USA blank that we had when we had the largest factory in the nation at one time, making the Cascade Rain Shadow blanks here in Washington. But he built this one for me. It has a cork handle, has the old school round barrels. It's number 638 of the collection. The collection is huge. This one in particular has a full well grip. Beautiful wrap. If you want to come in close and see this black and gold classic wrap, this is a Wayne Fowlkes wrap. He did a beautiful job. This is before Jim Trelecki's doing those other things. This is, you can just see, beautiful detail work. Beautiful detail work. And this is Fowlkes black frames, gold rings. This rod is actually fish. You can see cracked finish coats. And classic all the way down, flat finish coats. I'll say it again, I love the flat finish coats. Everything's smooth. You don't see any threads popping. This particular one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 guides plus a tip. And this is a classic black and gold Wayne Fowlkes. This rod has been in the collection for a lot of years. This is also out in the front in the foyer with a lot of other top pieces. This is, and one of the reasons it's a top piece is because it's been in the collection for so long. Don't mind the number 638. It's just a marking system we have for the collection. Wayne was known for his surf rods. I've got some surf rods here. Here is a butt section of a rod that he built for me. This is an 11.9 SU 1418, old school. We still sell this blank. There's 2 blanks that we sell in our series. You can tell how old this is. Look at rubber bands just falling apart. But not that old because we had the Alps, so it's got to be 10 years old. But Wayne, big surf guy. He had his heavers back in the day. I mean, the 1569s, the 1509s, all those old schools. So this is particular one. He did a cool job of butt cap. He put grips underneath, and then he put the shrink tube over. This is right to the blank, you know, but it has a cool look to it. This has EVA underneath of it, right? And if you move down the rod, we've got the Alps reel seat. Yep. And then he did a little inlaid EVA to match the reel seat. So he took a piece of EVA, cut it, put in inlays, glued it back together, turned it down. And this is a SU 1418 Mod Fast surf rod. And then he's got these beautiful, beautiful wraps. And if you look, this is a beautiful rod. I love the old school style. The finish coats are flat. It's a beautiful rod. Everything is square. Everything is beautiful. And this is a rod that, you know, obviously I cherish in the collection. This rod will fish. This is one of the rods that I will probably take to Christmas Island when I go to Christmas Island in memory of my father and fish for GTs off the beach. This is probably one of the rods that will travel with me. But this rod will fish. So 1418, Wayne Fowlkes. Quite the character. A lot of people didn't agree with Wayne all the time. Wayne didn't care, right? He was very opinionated, but great guy. We got along. He was like family to me and my family. Him and my dad are really close friends. They talked many, many hours about blank design and how he helped us build our product line and things like that. So here's another surf rod he did for me. I'm going to highlight this one. So that'll be number 3. His thing, he didn't do a lot of rear grip because you really don't need a rear grip on these big surf rods. A lot of times guys are just putting shrink tube right over the blank. This has an Alps reel seat on it, shrink tube. He made these he built up the hosel areas here. He would build it up so there's the smooth transition into the hand. It's always nice, you know, the smooth transitions. So built up hosel. Or thread buildup. I'm not sure how he did it. A lot of people do different things. Built up, smooth transition, big deal. All the way here. No foregrip, straight shrink tube, and then a classic cross wrap. You know, beautiful. This is a SUR 1567, built for the collection. Smooth finish coats, everything smooth from one transition to another's. And this is a Wayne Fowlkes special. You can see, obviously, all the way out to the guides. This is just the butt section. So Wayne was well known for his surf rods. Great guy, in my opinion. Class guy. Was part of our family for a long time. Miss him. I miss Brent. But like I said, their artwork will live on forever within the Batson collection. And when I'm gone, hopefully somebody will talk about rods that I built. Anyways, everybody, thanks again. This is another installment of the custom rods in the Batson collection. If you have any questions about anything, feel free to call us. You know how to get a hold of us, batsonenterprises.com. Anyways, thanks everybody. Have a nice day. Aloha. Fish on. From him.